Fine. What was the research problem? Research problem was what? We were finding some kind of problem. We were just seeing that what is the problem existing in the society which is relevant enough, and we were working on that. So this is what the research problem is. We have to identify that clear research problem. So we had even saw this the definition of the research problem, and research problem was based on the ethical evidences which were pre-existing, and we are trying to work on that. So it was having a clear definition that it is an enigmatic. Enigmatic is something which is not integrated, and perplexing, like we are baffled with something or we are having some kind of troubling condition. We will only sort out the things which we are troubled with. Okay. So if it is very difficult to interpret something, then it is something that which is being an issue for us, and we will work on that to sort out, and then it will be based on what researchers experience, and either it will be theoretical or practical experience that might be having some kind of barriers, and they will find out the solution for it. This is what the research problem will be. So if you are trying to formulate a research problem, what should be your first step? So first of all, you will have to select a topic. Okay, very clearly, if you are selecting a topic, just take an example like broad area of study is to study on hospital acquired infection. Okay, hospital acquired infections means what? You are having a selection of that problem that once the patient is admitted in the hospital, then he is suffering with the infection that is because of hospitalization. Then I will get some kind of review of literatures and theories. What we will help out with this to know that the things is already been done in the area, but to develop something original and unique research problem, we will find out an extensive review of literatures and theories done at that stage. So this will help us to expand the broad spectrum of our study. So that was why we are collecting the review of literature, delimiting the research topic. Okay, I cannot judge everything, like hospital acquired infection might be because of anything. It may be because of he is coming in the hospital, he is coming in contact with someone and he is getting infection. But I will take a particular infection topic, that is ventilatory associated pneumonia. That is what delimiting my topic. I am keeping a limitation. I am keeping a concise topic that is triggering the death of the patient, that is triggering the morbidity and mortality of the patient. So HAI is really a broad topic. What is HAI? Hospital acquired infection. But I have a stage that I will delimit the topic because all of the infectious causes I cannot go and read. So I will delimit that topic and I will read that why the infection is acquired in the incidence of ventilator associated pneumonia. Next is I will evaluate the research problem. Okay, at this stage, researcher will evaluate the research problem and for the feasibility. Am I able to do that? Am I getting the ethical consideration from the hospital itself or not? Am I getting that substantiation methodology? My samples are available to me or not? Am I having enough resources for that? Am I able to survey on that? And lastly, the ethical dimension is keeping a major role, and it is really prone that if we are not able to get the ethical consideration, you cannot conduct the study. And finally, what we will do? We will formulate the final statement. For example, I'm studying about the ventilatory associated pneumonia. So what I will include? PICO is one of the things that we are considering in this research process. What is PICO? PICO is something like you are considering a problem, you are intervening on that. It means there will be an potential intervention. So P is standing for the patient population. So here what will be the patient? Ventilatory associated pneumonia in the patient who are under ventilators, who are being what you can say, endotracheal intubation has been done or tracheostomy has been done and they are on ventilators. That kind of population I am taking. I means what? Intervention of the area of interest. What is my part of area? Ventilatory associated pneumonia. I am going to study something about the infection that is acquired due to ventilators. Okay. Next is C. What is C? PICO. P-I-C-O. So C is between the comparison between the intervention and control group. Just keep an example that saturation of this patient I want to check. Oxygen saturation I'm checking. So I will what I'll do, I'll give the physiotherapy to this patients. I will give like chest physiotherapy, and then I will suction in. I'm taking samples of 10 patients. So in 5 patients, I have given physiotherapy and I have suctioned the secretion which was being deposited inside. But in control group, I am not giving any kind of therapy. I am just assessing that patient is in ventilator. Okay, so in that case, saturation with the patient who is on physiotherapy will get a good oxygen supply. Their saturation will be good. Okay, so you can monitor these patients. So you will record that. But another hand, if I am watching for the control group who are not being given any kind of chest physiotherapy, they are even not suctioned. So in that case, their saturation will be lower than what the like requirement is. So I can assess that, yeah, do not do this because we cannot do this kind of experiment because patient is suffering and we cannot make the patient in trouble. So if we are finding the patient and if we are giving a care to some patient, they are improving, that is intervention. And a control group is where I am not doing any kind of like intervention, or I'm not experimenting anything on that patient. And lastly, oh, what is the outcome of that? What I shown you, that saturation is good. That is my outcome. In the interventional group, I'm getting some kind of outcome. Their saturation has improved. They can breathe. They can have proper airway passage. That ventilators can support their passage. Because in control group, the suction and the secretion, like no suction, secretion will deposit and they will block the passage, and then even though ventilators are connected, it is of no use. Okay, so this is what PICO. So you will formulate something in research process. It is an evidence-based practice. So you have to find out the possibility of comparing the intervention, and you will even find out the outcome of it. So it is a PICO model. Fine. So this is what how you formulate a question, and another 5 conditions we had seen about the individuals, objectives, alternatives, and more than that, environment we have to see which is triggering the solution, and lastly outcomes we have to find. So all these conditions are essential. Source of research problems we discussed, that experience through nursing literatures, if we are getting enough of stuff in the libraries or on the e-books, so that will help us to expand. Literature was what? Literature was helping us out to develop more of our knowledge on the study, and we can expand our knowledge on that. Then theories, various environmental theories or nursing theories, which is keeping a major role. If I'm working on the patient with a ventilatory associated pneumonia, so I have to give a proper environment. That is what I will make the patient in the ICU, ICU, and then only I can work on that. So you need a proper environment, that is environmental theory will be applicable here. So major other theories are also there. Then next is previous research. So I said that whenever you are going through any kind of study, that will have some kind of previous study already been done. So we will develop an original and unique research problem, but only if we are having extensive review of literature. So you should have the previous research done on that study. If you are directly finding out something, you are making some kind of tool, or you are making some kind of instrument that is helping out to the patient, but you do not have any kind of clear picture in your mind that was it successful in previous days or not. Other sources will be like for popular conception, empirical interest, means scientifically you have some kind of interest, you have some clear solution for this, you have some reasoning for this. Practical need, how much it is required to work on the ventilator associated pneumonia. Do we have to work on these patients? Yes, because physiotherapy will work and they will improve the saturation. Ventilator is only not the source to make the patient survive, but it should be effective. If ventilators are connected for the breathing pattern, but we have to clear the airway, so that's why we will require the physiotherapy. So what is there? You need to get in practice, you need a practical need for this, and we will prioritize. Okay, we were studying broadly on what? Hospital acquired infection. but I find out the priority that yeah, that hospital acquired infection is okay, and patient are hospitalized and getting infection. The first priority was set about that. But next is what I cannot go on studying, so I have to delimit it, but with the priority that patient in with the ventilators are getting more exposed to the infection, so I will study on that. And lastly, professional organizations interest on your study. If they are finding that yeah, it's not worthy, and these people are researcher is doing unworthy research, then they might not be interested. But if you are doing some kind of intervention that will be affecting your patient study also, and even it is ethically considered by the hospital.
Sure.
So this is how it is helpful to the patient and hospital and both the ethical committees. Well, we should have this. Yeah, the sources are available to us. We have all these sources that will help us out in our studies. But once you are not there with the sources, you are not with the review of literatures, it will be bit difficult for you. It will be struggling for you to conduct any kind of research. Okay, source from which one may be able to identify the research problems are like reading. I'm reading a newspaper article and it is helping me out to find out the real problems. So this is what one reading is helping me. Then academic experience. Throughout the time you are experiencing something that most of the hospitalized people, and they have found that mortality rate in ICU is more, especially in the ventilatory patients. So that is more the affecting thing. Next is daily experience, exposure to the field situation we discussed yesterday, consultation, brainstorming, that you can struggle with your own intuition, your own cognition, and lastly, you are finding some research, and lastly, your thought processes will help us out. Criteria for selecting a research topic is relevance. Yeah, it should be worthy. Okay, if it is an unworthy, that it is not used for the society, it will not be taken in consideration. Duplication is totally avoided. You cannot take and copy the research, and it's not been publicated article. So your research will not be considered by the ethical committee because you are copying and you are putting itself in your own study. Urgency of the data needed, yeah, that is data has to be collected on time because you have to analyze. You cannot make the patient wait for a longer period of time. And so if we are going under the intervention and you are seeing that yeah, this is my control group, but suddenly the patient is having some kind of breathing difficulty and he is deteriorating with his vitals, you cannot wait for that time. You have to collect the data, you have to give the patient intervention, and then you can work on. So at that time, you have to be very careful. Political acceptance, that is again for the like higher authorities, they should permit. Feasibility of study should be there, that yes, you should get an access to your settings wherever you want to conduct the research. That is, if you want to work in the hospitals, you should need the permission. You should be able to enter that zone. You cannot go in the parliament and go and study about the political leaders. That is not feasible study for you. And that is also, you are not the like person in that same stream that you can go and study with the like political departments. You are the science students, you will work in the medical sector only. Applicability of results should be checked, and then ethical acceptability means higher authority like a hospital, and even the consent of the subject means patient consent should be taken. If the patient is unconscious, then you have to take an ethical consideration from their relatives or something, that they will allow them to be the part of your study or not. Neither it should be general or neither should be specific. It should not be expanded towards more than your limit, or it should not be concised also. You have interest in certain kind of study. You want to work in the cardiac patients, or you want to work in the patient with the ICU, then you can go with this. You should be competent enough. You do not know how to handle, how to suction, then it is non-worthy to work on the ventilatory associated pneumonia. You cannot take that study. And you should have that ability. If the patient is grasping with the breeze or he is having some difficulties, you can get the solution for it. If the suction is secretions is not coming out, what will be the next time? You will give soda bicarb, or you will dilate the secretions, and then you will remove that. So this is what your ability, your thought process is. Okay. So next is what problem identification and selecting. You should have the source of problem. Justification, yeah, my problem is correct. I can do study on that. Criteria for the selection of problem and defining the problem, and statement of problem lastly, which we formulated. So in statement of problem lastly, if we are going with the ventilatory associated pneumonia, what you will study, you will find out that what is your problem, what kind of study you are doing, a survey study, then it is a descriptive study. So you will formulate a statement on that, a descriptive study on the incidence of ventilatory associated pneumonia, that is my problem, among patient of the patient who is undergoing the who are in the ICU, who are on the ventilators. So that is what the problem, your consideration, your setting is ICU, and where the place is in Anand hospitals. Okay, specific hospitals of Anand. You cannot go with all the hospitals. So you will formulate the statement like that. All right, this is clear with you. The sources of problems will be how you will identify, you will choose, you will get the appropriate problem, you will have some kind of limitations, you will have the research process. If you are unprepared with this, then you will not be able to go with the systemic study. I already told that research is what? It is kind of systemic and scientific study. So you have to go step by step. Professional, the statures, experience, theories, external sources, and social issues are there. So if we are going with the justification, I just have justified you that what it is, you should have to analyze the problem and it is feasible, it is possible to find the solution, then only go for that. And you will get the guidance of it or not. If you are going for like mechanical studies, then your teachers will not be able to guide you. Okay, so you cannot select that kind of study. You will study which is the area of your curriculum, your academics. Okay, general values you have to find out if it is relevant or not, it is important part or not. Yeah, ventilatory associated pneumonia is an important part to study. If it is keeping the values in our studies, interest area is there, significant and feasible. It is really significant to study on that because it will bring a good output and it will try to give the solution within certain kind of time limit. What will be the criteria to select the problems? Okay, problems should be related to your professional work, what we already discussed. So if it is not related to your nursing department and you are going for an engineering department, then it is not good. Then if you are selecting a problem and solution should like improve the psychological theories and practices. Fine, whatever study you are doing, it should keep an theoretical and practice impact on that. So you are trying to improve something. You are not going on surveying with it. If you are doing any kind of survey, even that is for the beneficiary of the society. Okay, so this should be in your mind. A problem must be relevant, important, new and significant. It should be suitable to your attitude, aptitude, interest, confidence, competence of the researcher. Already discussed. Okay, practically achieving object should be there. If I want to go with the cardiac patient, myocardial infarction is there. I have to, my first objective is to get a enough of tissue perfusion. So I have a set of idea that yeah, my priority is I'm having an objective to improve, I'm having a goal to improve the tissue perfusion that will be effective. So you should have a practical consideration. Then after you will not feed the patient. If the myocardial infarction is there, you will not try to feed the patient. No, I have to feed the patient. That is a daily need. But here there is no daily need considered. Here it's your priority for the survival of patient. Okay, so your research should be having a particular objective. You should have a priority setup. It should not be too broad. We already seen that we cannot go with the hospital acquired pneumonia because you cannot study that broad and you cannot study in all the hospitals of India. You can have a particular selection of hospitals in Anand hospitals, that too specific hospitals. Then only you can go with it and then you will generalize it. What is generalization? Generalization is something if you have found that yeah, in hospitals especially ventilator associated pneumonia is existing problem, and you can find out that yeah, most of the hospitals will the patient on ventilators will be having this problem. So that is what generalization of things. So you have to go with a very specific, you have to delimit your things and then you will study. If it is really very too narrow, then also it will not be okay. You have to take certain hospitals. What you can do, you can segregate your study in a particular city, but it should be from south, west, or north, or east. All the hospitals you can take. 3 to 4 hospitals you will take, and then you can study. Everywhere, if you are finding the similar problems, then it can be seen that it can be generalized. But if in case if you are going with only one hospital, then it is not good. Take another example. If we are going with one teacher who is not going with a very good teaching, and you have just seen the YouTube lecture of that teacher, and then you are considering, yeah, the knowledge group will not get explain a very good study, or they will not have a very good teachers, or they are not competent enough. So on that basis, you cannot generalize the things. Other teachers might be very good, more than appropriate to the experts. Okay, so this is what you cannot generalize you like on a very narrow study. The problem should be concerned with the international level and national level or district level or own level or village level. It loses its significance and importance gradually. Okay, so, all the things have to be covered. I said that generalization is necessary, but once you are not considering a proper setting, you are not considering a proper population, you are not getting a proper problem, then in that case, if you are not like significance, importance of your study will really deteriorate gradually, and slowly it will not be of use. If we are defining the problem involves the task of laying down boundaries within which researchers shall study the problem within the predetermined objectives. So we will have an objective, and we will consider what are the down boundaries, and then we will study. Problem will enable the researcher to get on the right track. Yeah, if I'm having a Google map, I will be going on the right pathway. I'm having a proper map of construction site. I'm having a blueprint of it. I will do a proper construction of a building. And then whereas an ill-defined problem may create a confusion or hindrance. If I am confused with my study problem, where I have to conduct, I am trying to conduct my study on PSC, and it problem is what HAI can be found, but ventilator-associated pneumonia cannot be studied in PHC settings because patients will not be on ventilators at PHC. Primary health centers are giving just the basic or primary care. These patients will be only feasible and available to you in ICU, that is a major hospitals. Okay, so you just keep in mind that your statements are giving you a correct pathway. So good characteristic of a statement problem is it should have a purpose, identifying the key study variables. Variables are again like independent and dependent variables. What they are, I'll make you study, but just have an overview that if the patient he's smoking, he is having a respiratory problem, COPD patient is there. So my problem is what? COPD. That is, the patient is getting triggered with his respiratory problem because of smoking. But smoking, I can stop. That is what? It is independent. I can stop it. I can seize it to avoid the triggering of that COPD or respiratory congestion or respiratory problem. So that is what the dependency. But independent is what I can manipulate. I can stop it. If there is any kind of noise going on during lecture, I can manipulate. A lecture is going on, but I cannot interrupt with it. So it is what? Dependent. But noise is coming and I can stop it. That is what? Independent. I can manipulate it. I can stop that noise. I can say that stop that sound coming, and then I can work on it. So this is what is the interrelationship between those variables, and as well as nature of the population of interest we have. Yet that will be a good characteristic of statement of problems. This statement will identify the population of interest and dependent and independent variables. What I discussed now, that dependent and independent variables will quite have an effectivity, and they will have a kind of interrelationship. Okay, what is this interrelationship?